your side. This is News 3 Night Watch.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Shakira Speaks. Before we get to our news tonight, meteorologist Cody Nickel has a few things to tell you about in the first alert forecast. Cody.
That's right, Shakira. We
get ahead of any severe weather. Well, a young Macon County mother and another person have been killed in a deadly Friday night shooting in Tuskegee. 2 more were injured in the shooting. The shooting happened in the 2900 block of Davison Street in Tuskegee. Police say they responded to a call around 11:50 p.m. about a person being shot. Only one victim's identity has been released at this time. Her name is Quanisha Robinson. She was 23 years old. News 3 is awaiting to see if a suspect or a person of interest has been named or taken into custody in the shooting and the possible motive. If you have any information on the shooting, you are asked to please contact the Tuskegee Police Department. Tonight, family, friends, and community members came together to remember and honor the life of 19-year-old Anaya Blanchard. Her memory still living on in the hearts of those who best knew her. Michael Clark reports.
Today, we are all Anaya.
A celebration of life for Anaya Blanchard today. Prayers for the 19-year-old came from across the country after she had been missing for a month.
She brought so many hearts together. This is shaking our family to the core. But knowing that she is in heaven smiling down on us, it gives me so much strength, so much joy.
The Homewood teenager was abducted from an Auburn gas station and found dead in a wooded area. Volunteers joined loved ones in efforts to find the Southern Union State Community College student in an investigation that garnered national attention.
Anaya was my mini-me. I gave birth to her on my birthday. The best present I could have ever received.
Family members say Anaya was loved by all, and tonight they're leaning on their faith, each other, and the community, trying to come to grips with a life gone too soon.
She was my biggest fan. She pushed me when I wanted to give up. So many nights I cried with her about my career and being upset about losses, and she would always just say, it's gonna be okay. And I can still hear her saying it to me right now. It's going to be okay. You got to keep going. You got to stay strong.
During the service, it was announced December 21st would be Anaya Blanchard Day in Homewood.
I would like to thank everybody for the prayers, for the support.
Family members say they'll continue to fight to see justice, but for now, a final goodbye for Anaya, who meant so much to so many.
Never forget her. Keep fighting for her. Keep praying for us and our families.
Thank you so much, Michael. We will provide the link to the full service on WRBL.com. You can check out all the videos of all the big stories of the day in our video center. You can just click on it on WRBL.com. Well, another community is in mourning today as family, friends, and teachers honored Navy Ensign Joshua Caleb Watson after he was killed during the shooting at the Naval Air Station in Pensacola 2 weeks ago. Paige Weeks has more.
Mourners gathered to say goodbye to U.S. Navy Ensign Joshua Caleb Watson.
The most telling thing about him was that his actions on December 6th were not a surprise to anyone that knew him.
Teachers spoke of his kindness.
Josh would get his project finished, and next thing you know, she's looking for Josh, and there they are. You know, he's over there helping the other students with their projects.
Friends told stories about his character.
He just felt that he hadn't earned the ability to be thanked for his service yet. And today he probably wouldn't like me for saying this, but I thank him for his service.
All of them described a life filled with patriotism and love.
He was courageous without hesitation, and he was committed to the dream that he always had, the dream of being a hero.
In a letter from a young sailor who had spent a shift with Watson only hours before his death, the serviceman described Watson's willingness to die for his country.
He said that he had the utmost respect for all military members, and I quote, he said, because each and every one of us are willing to sacrifice ourselves so that people who may never know our names can be free.
Honoring a hero that was taken far too soon. In Enterprise, Paige Weeks, WDHN.
Watson will be buried tomorrow, December 22nd, at Alabama National Cemetery in Montevallo at 2 p.m. Well, we're keeping an eye on a number of other big stories for you today. Phoenix City has a few community leaders that are in the giving spirit. 3 local companies partnered to help families celebrate early and shower their community with gifts. Generational Changers, TL Laos Tax Services, and Barbara Bryant Louder came together today to celebrate their second annual Winter Wonderland toy giveaway. Hundreds of parents stood in line full of excitement as their children received free toys. During the event, kids were able to get free haircuts, toys, bikes, and most importantly, a great time with Santa. Organizers say after doing this event for Columbus, it brings them so much joy to see success for their event on the other side of the bridge.
Actually, Tracy came to me and she was like, let's do a toy giveaway in the community. We never have anything over here in Phoenix City. Majority of the stuff is over there in Columbus. So we wanted to give the residents in Phoenix City an opportunity to kind of engage with the community and for us to just give that to the community as well.
We've been collecting donations all over the city. We've also been collecting donations on social media so that people can give to this event so that we're able to give back to the kids.
The Lambda Mu Nu chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated stood by as their major sponsors for the event. And if you would like to volunteer for the organization, you are encouraged to follow them on Facebook. A Northside High School student held a drive to help women affected by period poverty. 15-year-old Charity Hardnett had a goal of helping 500 women who can't afford feminine products. This was her first donation drive, and within an hour, she exceeded that goal. Period poverty is the lack of access to feminine hygiene products due to financial restraints. Harnett says it affects more women than you know. Now, she's doing what she can to help those women.
This summer, I volunteered at a local women's center, and I didn't see any feminine hygiene products come through the door, and I was like, this is a necessity, but it's taxed as a luxury. The tampon tax is affecting a lot of women here in our community, and period poverty has to stop sometime, so we're just dedicated to ending period poverty here in Columbus.
Harnett and her team put together bags for women on the street who aren't in centers. They also went around to centers like the House of Mercy and the Closet of Hope at Carver High School so they could help students out here in the city. If you would like to donate, you can head over to our website at WRBL.com and click on this story. As we approach International Women's Month in March, WRBL wants to recognize the outstanding contributions women have made in our community. WRBL plans to celebrate local women who inspire, lead, and forge the way for other women. In order to celebrate these women, we need your help to learn about their backgrounds and stories. You can head over to WRBL.com to nominate a woman in the community for this special recognition. You can find the nomination form under the contest tab. Well, don't miss out on any breaking news or any big stories of the day. Download our app and make sure to turn on those push alerts. We thank you so much for trusting WRBL News 3 as your favorite source for local news. Cody, what is going on in the weather?
Well, the rain is starting to move in right now, but the low pressure system is starting to deepen and strengthen out across the Gulf of Mexico. So we're expecting more rain, especially wind, and those two may not bode well for tomorrow. We may have a lot of trees down, but I'll have more coming up in that 7-day forecast.
Alrighty, thank you so much.